The Badass 2000 build continues with our Jenvey ITB install. We're finishing up the fuel system, doing the vacuum system, and then it's on to the throttles. But before that, we've got a little surprise for the PT.
It's pretty damn cold again.
It is. You can see your breath in the shop right now.
Yeah. Our dedication to making these videos shows here, guys.
That's right. It's minus 20 in here. And I brought a little surprise for Pete. I'm sure you guys can tell it's the valve cover. And I put it in a garbage bag because I didn't want him to see the bright color shining through the grocery. Yeah, well,
bright.
Yeah, I know.
You know this car is a very light blue.
Yes.
I hope it's not too contrasty.
I thought hot pink would look really good.
Oh.
So I had JP, our buddy at Stripping Technologies, strip it and powder coat it. Did an awesome job, as you're about to see. So, without further ado,
I'm gonna look away as you unpackage this thing.
Unpackage it here. I'll just take a moment to show you the Stripping Technology stickers. Thank you, JP. That'll add 10 horsepower. Now,
can I complain to
buddy.
JP? Did he have a part of the process of picking this color?
JP
Is
had
he to blame as well?
He had some excellent color ideas, but
Ultimately, this was you.
Ultimately, I
All you,
overruled them, and I
okay.
went with this obnoxious color. So yeah, you can have a look right now.
Oh! Ah, yes! Coming through with the black wrinkle.
What can I tell you?
Yes.
Pete was very determined to get black, and I just wasn't willing to take a chance, buddy.
I know. So what color did you have in mind? What were you thinking?
Well, originally, JP showed me a really cool, like a bronze color.
Yeah.
That I thought looked good. It was kind of like a Mugen bronze.
Okay.
But you weren't too keen on that.
Yeah.
And I like the wrinkle coat, and in the wrinkle coat there really
great.
is only like black, red, and blue.
Fantastic.
And the blue was just too bright. I like that dark H22 Type R blue.
That's right, yeah.
But the blue he had was more of a bright blue, so I thought, let's just do the black. It's a clean look.
That's right.
It'll
is
let
gonna look
the
good.
ITBs shine, and this will kind of just hide in the background. So.
Well, let's put this thing back on, and then we can get to our ITB.
Yeah, it looks like he cleaned it. He did tell me he hosed it out, but I am curious about maybe removing the baffle to see if any blasting material got stuck back in there.
Cannot remove the baffle.
Oh, is it tacked on?
It is, yes.
Oh, it is tacked on, you're right.
And as you can tell, it is very dirty, actually. So we're gonna have to clean this.
Yeah.
This won't be going on anytime soon.
I think we do need to clean it.
That's right.
Time for a quick update on our fuel system. Peter's finally ordered the correct fittings, starting with this 90-degree female to female to complete our feed line. So that's all hooked up now. And then our return line, our line to the fuel pressure regulator is hooked up now with the -6 to -6 fitting that we were missing before. And we've completed our return line to the chassis with just basic barb fittings, all Vibrant performance fittings. So thank you for having everything we need Vibrant. And now it's time to work on installing the throttle linkages from Jenvey. And after we get that all sorted out, we'll complete the vacuum system. So lots more to go. What do you say we get to it, PT?
I don't know. I feel like I just want to sit here and do nothing but hold my hands over these heaters.
Yeah, I know, man. I am wearing 3 pairs of underwear. Only 1 pair of socks, though, because I learned last time that 2 pairs of socks, it's no good. You don't get, I don't know what it is. It makes your feet colder with 2 pairs of socks. It's like they're stuffed in there too tight.
If people don't want to hear us complain, let's get down to some work.
All right.
In order to install the Jenvey throttle linkage kit, which comes in pretty much a million pieces here, all these small little parts, we've got one diagram showing us how to install the actual throttle cable and the whole linkage side, and then another one to somewhat show us how it mounts onto the ITBs. So let's get to this. I don't think it's gonna be that difficult. It's just a bunch of small, intricate pieces that need to be linked together. And as we've already complained, our fingers are cold, so I'm hoping to do this without taking my gloves off. We're removing some bolts off of the runners so we can mount up our brackets. That's step 1.
Bracket 1 going in.
Slowly and painfully.
Is Pete working on his DJ skills right here?
Sir Scratch-a-lot, we call them, but that might just be from the...
well, we need to do a little bit of self-clearancing here.
Oh, yes, that's right. Just making those brackets fit on there a little.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a little tight.
Okay.
We haven't really gotten too far, and already I've noticed a problem with the throttle linkage mounting brackets, and that is our thermostat housing does not fit now with these brackets mounted up. After a bit of debate, we've come to the conclusion that we're not gonna run our throttle linkage underneath the throttle bodies, which would be awesome because then it would look tucked. But because of the interference with the thermostat housing, we're gonna run it up top, and it's not gonna look as clean, but it's gonna be functional and save us a bunch of time from having to try to modify it to make it fit around the thermostat housing.
I like it. It's gonna look like a race car. We're gonna be able to rev it from the well, we're hard parked. We can reach in there and rev it up.
Yeah, okay. All right, I'll give you that one too, DP.
All right, PT, give me an update.
Throttle linkage is almost complete. There's gonna be a lot of adjustment needed, but right now, we're just gonna tighten everything up and see how it works.
Nice.
But so far, so good.
Okay.
I feel like I got the worst butterfingers here.
You make me crave chocolate bars when you mention Butterfingers, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
Do we get those in Canada, or is that a
We
US
do?
only?
No, we do.
We get those? All right.
What's that?
Butterfinger.
Butterfinger chocolate bars?
Oh, they're here.
They're here? Okay. They've got some of their own stuff down there.
But you know, the way they say Celica versus Celica,
That's right.
that in itself, I think has drawn more attention and criticism on our YouTube channel than anything else.
Yes, the Americans cannot handle our pronunciation
Can't
of
pick
Celica.
bloody washer up.
And we can't say Alteza, we have to say Alteza. You know, we're getting a... There's a lot of cunning linguists on the internet, don't you? Did you notice that, Peter?
Indeed. We should just all get along, you know?
Yeah.
Okay,
What are you doing here, buddy?
I got butterfingers. I can't pick anything up.
What are
These
you
gloves.
trying to achieve? Are you
Perfection
trying to
here.
put that spring on there?
Yeah, look at that. See?
Oh yeah, look at that spring.
Now,
So
with the cable, this should... See, it's gonna snap right back.
Cam will snap back in position because
Yeah.
of the spring. Yeah.
So let's tighten up some more bolts here.
Okay.
And just like that, our throttle linkage is together and works like a charm. So there's gonna be a lot of adjusting to be done here, but that's for a later point. Our next mission is to get our throttle cable installed. This is the Jenvey one that they provide. However, we're not gonna be using this. We're gonna try to modify the OEM Honda one because we read online that that's the way to go, which is gonna require fiddling with this so we can actually, which is I don't know, a block here, a little piece of metal that has a provision for the throttle cable, and we're gonna have to modify it so that it'll fit our OEM Honda throttle cable. I'm still not exactly sure how we're gonna do that, but you're gonna be able to follow along and see how we figure this out. The dilemma we've got with the throttle linkage is we could try to adapt the Jenvey to the OEM Honda gas pedal, but it's gonna be a big pain in the ass because the end on this side is nowhere near to being what it is on the OEM side. So we've decided to make it easier on us. We're gonna take the Jenvey little plate here, or block, or whatever you wanna call this, and we're gonna drill out the hole in hopes of matching it to a size that we can slide the OEM Honda throttle cable bracket. And yeah, so we're gonna try to drill this out and hopefully it works. If it doesn't, the other option is we're gonna have to make our own little block like this, metal block, and make a hole that's large enough that we'll be able to adapt to this. So I just ended up tapping this for the thread pitch of the OEM Honda cable here. And now this should slide right on like that. And we should have a solution to hold our OEM Honda throttle plate, our throttle cable, onto our Jenvey ITB. So we'll see how this all comes together when we put it on, but for now, this looks like it's gonna work for us. We've run into a bit of a snag here. Our OEM throttle cable is too long. So we've adjusted it as far out as we can, and there's still too much play in it. So what we're gonna do is actually cut the cable and use this little throttle cable end link that the Jenvey's provided, which we would have used with their throttle cable actually. And we're gonna use it on the OEM one to line it up perfectly so it's got just the perfect amount of slack, and we should be good to go.
So what's going on?
Well, after we cut it, the end is frayed. It's opened up. So now fitting our little...
Cable end on there is gonna be tricky.
Yeah,
especially with your big meaty gloves on.
That's right, that's an understatement. I need to somehow wind this up.
You need to glue it maybe?
I don't even think gluing it is gonna work. So many problems. No.
What do you think, Sir Topham Hat?
Simple in concept. In reality, hard to execute. That's what Topham Hat thinks. But remember when you told me in another video you just gotta jam it in?
Uh-huh.
Well, I'm about to do that.
Words to live by, PT. Words to live by.
So we're not exactly sure where to line this up, but we're just gonna start with this and see.
And as you can see,
if
there's
that
a
works.
little Allen bolt on each side of that cable end, which allows you to tighten it down on the cable. So that's how it tightens on there. But it also allows you to loosen it off and adjust its position. So it's pretty clever, actually. It lets you dial it in, doesn't it?
It certainly does. But what it doesn't let you do is have all this excess wire or this cable.
Yeah.
So it kind of sucks to try to get this thing in there properly.
Yeah.
But
I'm giving everyone a really good view of your gloves. But not much I can do about that.
goodness gracious. Great balls of fire. So with a bit of fiddling and adjustment of the throttle cable, we're good to go. It seems to work well. So now if I go use the old gas pedal here, oh yeah.
Nice, look at that. That's what you call individual throttle bodies, all working in beautiful harmony. Gonna make some excellent VTEC noises, boys and girls.
That wraps up yet another episode, and we keep saying that we're gonna get further in these episodes than we actually do.
It's hard to get further when you have no feeling in your fingers or your toes.
Exactly.
We are human popsicles right now, so I don't know about you, Pete, but I'm ready to tap out.
I'm gonna go hug a heater here.
Yep.
And in the next episode, we're gonna try to get the vacuum lines and all that jazz run and work on actually installing some trumpets. We're almost there.
And we gotta hook up the coolant line too.
Oh yes, yeah, so
There's still some work to
we
be
don't know
done.
what the next episode brings, but it's gonna be progress. Slow and cold progress,
Lots of complaining,
which
coming
is
your
what we
way.
do.
What's going on here, Pete?
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about right here. Need a 20-minute timeout, warm up, and get back to work.
I'd say that's the hottest thing you've had between your legs in quite some time, my friend.
But I haven't actually been able to touch it because I think this would burn.